Hello, everybody. I'm Nate Rankin, and you're listening to Youth Spin Radio. You see, we're doing a youth booth. Youth booth is something where we all sit around in a big room and talk about what we think about a question. That question. What's something that's underrated? What's something that you know a lot about, but maybe other people don't? And you want to educate them. Let's see who has something first.
So I really like this artist. I don't necessarily know that she's super underrated, but her name is Ren Weaver. She had one song that was pretty popular on TikTok, and to be honest, that's how I found her, which I know, controversial. But I started listening to the rest of her songs, and she has one album called The Fool, which I really enjoy, and I think it's a really great album. And I think that she just deserves so much more publicity and attention because her music is very original and just amazing.
All right, great. We've got Brox.
I think that Alice in Wonderland and its sequel, Through the Looking Glass, is a pretty underrated series. Now, it probably wasn't a long time ago, or even as recently as the 1950s when the Disney movie was made, but I still enjoy the book. It's pretty easy reading. I think I have a slightly adapted version dating to maybe 1 or 2 decades after the original was written. I like how it describes the dream state of the main character Alice in ways that aren't completely omniscient. Like, it kind of lets you go along for the ride, and it's very creative in my opinion. Not that it's a good story, because it doesn't really have a plot, but it's just an entertaining book.
Well, I've got something for you all. Masterchef Junior. What a great show. These children are all so weird. They're all such crazy characters. You gotta love them.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm just like other girls. So I don't really have anything that's super underrated, but I will say less than 10 minutes ago, I found out Harry Styles is releasing a new album, and no one told me, and I feel like that's a crime, and you all hate me. So I'm having a mental breakdown right now, and I gotta say I'm so excited for the new album, Harry's House in May. So I'm counting down the days, 58 days, I'm coming.
When you talk about underrated artists.
Yeah, Harry Styles is very unknown.
Another nice underrated thing, Ruffles, the chips. Who doesn't love those boys?
I think Velcro shoes are pretty underrated. I think they should stay in style even once you learn technically how to tie shoes, because they're just so much easier, so much simpler, and I think they look pretty cool. I think they're pretty cool. I also think the 2000s trend of wearing jeans under skirts should make a comeback. I just think it's so interesting. Also, everything from the Tumblr era of like side part wannabe emo scene girls. That I want to live in that era.
I would say there's an artist on Spotify under the name Jordan Occasionally, and they're not entirely underrated, but their music is really good, so they always deserve more streams.
All right.
There's this show on Netflix, and I love it very much. I've watched it probably over 20 times. It's called Santa Clarita Diet. Yes. And it's very odd. It's very cult classic-y. It's very weird, and I love it so much. It's exactly my humor. It always scratches that itch in my little brain, and I love it so much. And nobody talks about it. It has Drew Barrymore and Timothy Olyphant in it. It's very good.
Speaking of underrated, Timothy Olyphant is a great actor. Another great underrated thing, if you've seen Knives Out, then you probably liked it. But director Rian Johnson also released Looper, which is a great movie that takes time travel to really confusing leaps, really entertaining watch.
Probably my all-time favorite movie is called Adrift, and it's about this girl and her boyfriend are on a boat and it capsizes and the boyfriend dies and she has to survive on her own, and it's a true story. She survives on her own in a boat in the middle of the ocean, and she doesn't have any electronics or anything, no food or water. So it's just a really great story, and the acting in it is phenomenal. It's on Netflix. It's definitely my comfort movie. I watch it anytime I can't sleep. It's just amazing, and I will never stop watching it.
And if we're looking for other underrated movies or TV shows in the way of TV shows, it's on HBO, Bored to Death. Great cast, amazing writing, just really funny, really great ideas.
Actually, I realized I am unlike other girls, and this TV show I used to watch with my family is this French to English translated show called Lupin, and it's so good. My sister and my mom both speak French, so they were able to read all the texts and stuff they didn't actually really translate, which is really cool. It's such a good show, has such good writing, but spoiler warning, they kind of resolve the plot. So now they're making a new season of it, and we're like, why are you making a new season when you already resolved the plot in the first 2 seasons? What's the point? But I do like the first 2 seasons. Excited to see the 3rd one. Actually, I'm not sure how many seasons there are, but I know they're making a new one. So, yeah. I feel like just stop when you're ahead.
I'm Kira, and a TV show that I watched maybe a year ago that I think is underrated is called Alice in Borderland. It is like Squid Game before Squid Game. I would highly recommend it. It's pretty funny, but it's also a bit gory, but in a funny way. I don't know how to describe it. Like in a Kill Bill way, where it's gory in a funny way. It's called Alice in Borderland, but it's just a very bad translation. There is nobody named Alice in it. I think the main character is named Arisu or something like that. So they just kind of failed with the translation. There's no Alice, but it's called Alice in Borderland. Highly recommend. It's a TV show.
Another TV show recommendation from me, Pushing Daisies. Really great, well-written show. Plot is a baker has the ability to bring people back to life, but only for 60 seconds, because if he brings them back for more than 60 seconds, another person dies who's in the vicinity. And if he touches them again, they're dead again forever. Really, really wild show.
Okay, so this is an underrated Taylor Swift song. So it's not underrated in general, but it's London Boy on Lover for the sole reason of the guy in the British accent at the beginning that goes it's so good. I will just listen to that part on repeat because London Boy I actually don't like very much, but I do like that part, and that's why it's underrated.
Another underrated Taylor Swift song is Haunted on the Speak Now album. It is one of my favorite songs on Speak Now.
All right, well, I think that's going to be it from your friends here at Youth Spin. I hope you had a great day. Thanks for listening.